Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Path of Exile video, and today, as you can see, my Toxic Rain character is pretty much built here exactly a week after launch, so should be a pretty good showcase to you guys how good a Toxic Rain character is as a league starter. Now, I made it to T16 maps and did a lot of T16 bosses on a 5-link Will Rain, and yeah, later upgraded my chest to a 6-link. But yeah, it was totally fine. Like, yeah, I didn't die that much. The only issue I had was I didn't have enough damage, and that caused me to die. But now my build is pretty much finished, and before I start talking about everything about this build, right, let's quickly run a little bit choose map, like a Burial Chambers T16, right, 115 quant here, pack size pretty large as well, some random modifiers. This is an Alk and Go character, so you can run any modifier, you don't have to worry about absolutely any mod on any map, and still feel tanky enough and still have enough tips. Now, first of all, before we begin, my Toxic Rain, as you can see at the moment, 29,900. It's pretty much 30k dot DPS and 6,500 dot DPS in the hideout here, without any real buffs other than Sulfur Flask going on thanks to my use when charges are full. You really want these modifiers used when charges reach full to not have to press them, so they're pretty much automatic. But anyway, let's take a few scarabs here as well, right? Let's put like harbingers, right? Harvey, yep, we have some harbingers here, and let's put some beasts. The red beasts are tanky, right? And maybe a legion, right? And I guess that's almost like one more. And oh man, you can't do a burial chamber without divination, guys, right? To get the doctor. I want to get the doctor. So I already have actually here 3 harbingers. Okay, and so let's leave the lead. No, we need legion, right? Oh god, it's tough. Yeah, we leave legion in and we take Einar from here. Can we do that? I think we can. So this is gonna be it. We're gonna take the Searing Exarch as well here, and let's put something on from here as well. Beyond, maybe. Which do you want to see? I think you guys want to see Beyond, because this didn't have Beyond, right? But one of my sextants has Beyond. So, should be pretty interesting. I still don't have two of the sextants open yet, because I've been just having fun doing maps, gearing my character. I don't need to rush the end game bosses that much, but I have done all the bosses at the moment, except the Maven. But anyway, let's take this, right, and let's select Beyond here, and let's do this map. Let's put these back here, right? Alright, so let's jump in. And should be interesting for you guys to see how this build performs on a high level, right? And yeah, my frame rate might drop here. It's 30 FPS, right? 30, 20. I can't really actually see what's going on. Is that Sabakot or whatever it is? Abaksot. So let's 1% chance of some more loot maybe. So these guys died pretty quickly, right? And yeah, I mean, overall, don't have any issues. And as you can see, the glare is pretty fine, right? Thanks to the Occupying Force Ascendancy passive that I've chosen to take as my off-class Ascendancy, right? So that's what I've done here. Oh, there's a Metamorph also here. So that should be poggers, right? Alright. So pretty much what you want to do with Occupying Force is move around, because you leave down the Mirage Archers, right? That stay around 10 seconds. So they all are gonna be damaging and just disappear in 10 seconds. So is that it? Yep, that's okay. He's dead. I didn't even see it. Okay, there's some Beyond monsters. Nothing too hard, right? But yeah, I've been having such a freaking amazing time with this character. It's just absolutely unreal. No real hinders or issues so far. Oh, let's do the mirror image. I have a little bit of these. I don't have like the last arch nemesis monster, but it should be fine, right? Who needs them? Okay, I'm gonna leave the loot here, and I'm most definitely gonna not forget to come back into this map after I finish the video, right? I'm still gonna take this gilded though. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it is by far one of the most tankiest and best builds I've like ever played in Path of Exile. And of course they nerfed they nerfed Toxic Rain. Everybody was like freaking. Well, some were like freaking out. Oh my God, Toxic Rain! It didn't need a nerf. Oh, it definitely needed a nerf. But as you can see, the new modifiers on items, which we're gonna come in a second, they're just freaking insane. And also, I mean, last league I did a build guide video on the Toxic Rain Champion version, and that also was just absolutely insane. One of the best characters. So I was a little bit afraid of going into league start as a raider that I haven't. Oh my God, I haven't. I was locked there.
We will be best friends,
oh, okay, okay. So I was a little bit afraid. Is the raider tanky enough, right, to do these kinds of endgame content, right? Expeditions, everything, right? And I did it. You know, when in doubt, go to standard. Go to standard with your last league's gear and copy paste the gear onto some other ascendancy, right? And see how it goes, right? But anyway, yeah, I mean, I've been talking to you guys here and not really been paying attention that much. But as you can see, I mean, there's no problem, no issues here, right? So let's take the second one. So move around to put down your Mirage Archers, right? Because we can have 3 Mirage Archers. And yeah, my FPS, I mean, I'm just on a 3090 here. I mean, low detail and 3090. And I still don't have like decent frame rate. But of course, I'm doing a crazy ass map here. Well, not that crazy, right? I mean, crazy would be like, are you doing 100% delirious, right? I'm pretty sure 100% delirious map is not gonna be issue. Because we can't, I think we can't even do D19 maps anymore. So the only thing that I can push here is like 100% delirious T16, and those are not that difficult maps. And if you have so much .tps, right? Oh my God, I can't see where I am. Oh, it's Harbinger here. Harbinger with some nemesis. Don't want to actually explode there, but yeah. Just move around. You put down your Mirage Archers, and they also help clear. If you don't get the occupying force, right, you can get the Tailwind ascendancy from Deadeye. In my opinion, that's gonna be good as well. I mean, it's definitely not needed. Occupying force is not needed, right? But it helps with clear, right? Oh, Pamat here, right? Hey, that's like the guy who, you know, killed Quinn. Quinn was so sad. I saw him wake up today, and it was like, man, why it gotta be Pamat? He's doing a Sabaton or something. Anyway, yeah, that's how the build plays pretty much. Let's do the boss as well here, so she can actually corpse explode me, right? So let's put down our totems as well. Of course, it is mainly a totem build, right? But yeah, it's a really chill totem build. It's really active, right? Oh, okay, she's already dead. Okay. Anyway, yeah. No doc. Oh, wait a second. We still have the. I didn't do the arch nemesis, right? I was too busy talking around. Where are the arch nemesis? All right. Let's quickly do this one here as well. Oh, what's this? Additional gem. Let's take the Gwent. Okay. Okay. Some nemesis mods. Okay. Yep. Really hard. Let's put this in here. Then we need one more. We need one more. I'm not gonna stop. Come on, Doctor, or Headhunter, or whatever. Something big. Exalt. Maybe? Nope.
I'm
Okay.
not
Oh, wait.
just yet.
This guy is. Oh, Pamat. Okay. Pamat. Alright, and let's take the last one and put like Gargantuan, right? Oh, maybe. I should have put Divination Guard, right? Oh, God damn it. or unique or something. Can't win them all, right? Oh yeah, we have the... Oh shit! Did I take damage or did I just freak out? Okay, so let's do this as well. I'm gonna hide the loot and it's just absolute... Okay, a boss here. So, Fox dies like that, right? Okay, dies like a little bitch. So, oh, another boss. Oh, I can't... Yes! Got it. Okay, easy. And as you can see, I mean, okay, I need a little bit flasks here. Yep, thank you. Okay, let's move around. So when you start losing a little bit life rate, just move around. Don't need to stay. You don't need to be melee all the time, right? So yeah, okay. So let's take this guy out here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Well, okay. I asked for it. Anyway, I didn't have flash charges. Anyway, that's how the build plays. I still died. Showing your map like this. Yeah, I didn't I have flash charge or something? I had some degen. I didn't see what it was. Anyway, the build is really tanky, right? So that's why I love this build so much. And if you like what you saw, then stick around for another 20 minutes or something, right? Because I'm gonna go over the gear and the defenses and stuff like that, and maybe how you can craft the gear and get the whale modifiers and stuff like that if you're in the trade league, right? But yeah, I mean overall it's just superb character for the end game, for your league start. That can just, you know, you can start with a Quill Rain that I bought in Act 2 for like 2 chaos. And when I got to maps, I bought a new Quill Rain that was high enough item level that had 5 links on it and used it until D16s, and I was able to do D16s quite comfortably. But anyway, yeah, this is how the build plays, and yeah, it's great in my opinion. Anyway, the main defense is why we are so tanky, right? We are not a champion, right? So how are we so tanky still? Well, most of all, we have a 65% physical damage reduction. We have pretty high evade chance, right? 76%. And also cap raise, of course, right? And spell suppression, almost 100%. Could be 100, but I'm missing a few percent. And it's nothing too much, right? And other than that, freeze avoidance is 100% because we are taking the Pantheon, so we cannot be frozen, right? And I'm taking the Solar Fuel to reduce the effect of curses on me. So I just need 60% here, and I'm pretty much curse immune. Now I can also go into the passive tree, which we're gonna check out in a second, and also take Chaos Mastery that has 20% reduced chaos effect, so we could be pretty much, you know, all the time curse immune, right? And crit immune, which is pretty nice. Anyway, so the main thing is, right, you really need a bow like this. But before, as I told you, I made it to T16s and was able to comfortably farm T16s like day 2, day 3 on a 5-link Quill Rain. So it's a perfect league starter. If you're looking at a great tanky and still has some damage build, this is it, right? Of course, also we have Chaos Res pretty much max because we don't need any special uniques or stuff like that. Just one, and I really burnt my hands on this one. Which I'm gonna talk about in a second here. But yeah, most of the gear just rares, even one magic, right? So nothing too crazy expensive, but they can go expensive. But mostly, yeah, the biggest thing was that I started to gather exalts and crafting abilities to craft my bow, right? So the issues that I ran into was +2 to level of socket of support gems is a Katarina unveiled. So you need to kill Katarina, yep, the T Katarina, and hope she drops a 1 or 2-handed weapon, and they both, I think, can unveil this modifier. And then you can craft it on a bow like this, right? So what you can do if you're in a trade league on this, and also get the gain 10% maximum life and non-channeling skills modifier, search on trade site for this one, Elrion modifier, and just unveil it in your hideout and just buy a few rings like this until you get either channeling or non-channeling. You don't need to get the non-channeling. If you get the channeling, it also unlocks the non-channeling, which I also didn't know and bought many and then noticed, hey, I already have the mod, what the hell? Because I unveiled the channeling one. But anyway, yeah, you can do the same with the maximum life as extra maximum energy shield, because we are using, as we can take a quick peek at the passive tree, Ghost Dance. So that helps us, you know, when we lose our 690 energy shield, when some mobs hit us, we instantly go back to 690. It's like really nice defensive layer. The more energy shield you have, the better it is, and I can easily get more energy shield if I wish. But I've chosen to go with Titan Gauntlets and Titan Greaves to get more armor, to get more physical damage reduction. But I might try out energy shield later on. And of course, the same goes for Katarina Unveiled. We just searched the website for Katarina Unveiled modifier and just unveiled. Mine was just the first weapon that I bought, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So it's pretty easy to get like that. But if you're in SSF, you're kind of cocked. But anyway, yeah, the bow itself. I mean, each league that you start off with Quill Rain, because Quill Rain equates to like a +3 gem level bow, for Toxic Rain at least. So just use Quill Rain 5 link until you get enough exalts. This exact bow, you need 11 to 12 exalts to craft a bow, but it's always stays the same. It doesn't ever change. So you don't have to worry like, oh my god, one league it's like 1 exalt and the other league is like 1 mirror. What the hell happened, right? So it's always 12 exalts, and yeah, it's just, you know, time invested, right? You play a little bit more, sell a few items here and there, and you know, soon enough you'll have the exalts ready to craft your bow. And when you do craft that bow, this build will just freaking pop the F off, right? Because other items are just, they don't have any real special modifiers. Just life and race, life and race, life and race, life and race, non-channeling skills. And of course, if we get to the Quiver and the Amulet, we want dot multiplier and +1 to Chaos skill gems. And also I can upgrade my Quiver as well to get plus like 20% damage over time multiplier on top of the Chaos damage over time multiplier. So I'm still missing a little bit of deeps. But anyway, yeah. So the bow itself I talked a little bit about, right? Let's talk the second part that you would really want to have to get as tanky, and this is Viridi's Veil. Now I actually a little bit cut myself a little bit here. It was like day 3, and I bought. I had Viridi's Veil on my auto search, and it popped off, and it showed like 2 to 3 exalts, 4 exalts, 3 exalts, and I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna buy it without the Toxic Rain enchant. Next day it was like 20C. Third day it was like 5C. So definitely, if you're playing it later, yeah, even if your league started, wait a few days with the Viridi's Veil. And when I bought it, right, for 3 exalts, then I was okay. The price went down. Let's see, Toxic Rain increased damage enchant. 2 exalts. Okay, 3 exalts. No, somebody's selling it for 2. I'm gonna buy it for 2, and yeah, it went down to 80 chaos or something the next day, or not even the day, like 5 hours later. I was like, come on, can't have that much bad luck. But anyway, yeah, Viridi's Veil really great because we take the no extra damage from critical strikes, and damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky. So all the enemies that are hitting us, they are, you know, rolling the lowest damage from those hits, which is absolutely amazing. And crit immunity is really amazing, especially if you run these like crazy ass maps, right? And also the only thing we need to do is put a ring here on the right side, the left side, right side. Wait, take, when you have magic in the left slot, yep, that's the left slot. So we need a magic ring here, and the best modifiers here is pretty much what I did was I bought a, I think it was, yeah, item level 80 amethyst ring that was hunter influenced. It wasn't too expensive, and I just scoured it and then just transmuted it and alteration orbed it until I hit curse enemies with despair on hit and 32% increased effect T1 modifier. And I was lucky enough that it was just the only mod that rolled, right? So I hit a regal. Wait a second. No, I didn't hit a regal orb. So I just yeah, that was it. What am I talking about? No, I'm now confusing myself with the bow graft. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that was my only graft there, so that was done, right? But if you get 2 mods, right, you need to annul orbit and hope it doesn't remove the curse on hit. Now with the bow graft, there's a couple of guides out there how to craft a toxic rain bow. I guess I'm not gonna go into too deep here, but pretty much you need to get a eye level 81 ticket bow at the minimum. Then buy a Hunter Exalted Orb, slam it on that. Also, either buy a 6-link ticket bow or 6-link it yourself. What I did was I bought a 6-socket bow, 6-socket ticket bow, then linked it myself in like 200 fuses, and then slammed the Hunter's Exalted Orb on it to get the Hunter influence. Then used Transmutation and then Alteration and Augment Orbs to get the it was the damage over time multiplier, and I needed T1, and it was pretty easy to get. It rolled a couple of times, but it rolled with another option, right? And I need this thing to be rare, right? So I needed to hit the Regal Orb also on it. So the perfect idea is if you get only the damage over time multiplier, then immediately just put Regal Orb on it, and it's then a 50-50% chance to annul orb of the wrong modifier. And then pretty much, yeah, my brain kind of freezes, but there's a guide for this. I'll leave it maybe down below in the sections, but pretty much, let me see how it went. So I put that on, right? Then you can have up to 3 grafted modifiers on it. Then cannot roll attack modifiers, and then slam Exalted Orb 2 times to guarantee plus level of socketed gems and increased chaos damage over time. And this can roll from D1 to, you know, God knows, D9, right? But yeah, I hit a pretty good roll. Then I removed the grafted modifiers and again put on can have up to 3 grafted modifiers and then +2 and +20 to chaos damage over time multiplier. Okay, that's how you craft the bow pretty much. I hope I was clear on that. If I wasn't, just search for how to craft the toxic rain bow on YouTube's. But anyway, yeah. Moving on to the gloves, right? You need pretty much just resistance as life, right? And then the craft is +1 level of socketed AoE gems. That doesn't really do anything, but the 9% increased area of effect, and you do want 9% here, because there's a lot of people out there who have done testing on Toxic Rain, and it seems like 39% is the best AoE to get. So we get 9% from here. We get 10% here, so it's 19%, and then we go and take the Bow Mastery 20%, and we get 39% increased area of effect, which is the best AoE to, when I shoot down the bots, right? These explosions that go off now, they overlap, so that's the best AoE to get the most bots to overlap and do the most single target damage. So that's the idea there. Moving on to the belt, you can use a rare belt or something like that, right? I've chosen to go with Darkness and Throne because it's just 2C every league, right? Really cheap, and also then just like 5C jewels that I picked up early in the league, and they still go for like 5C. It's pretty crazy. And I bought this now just pretty much today for 3 Exalted Orbs, just because it has Corrupted Blood, cannot be inflicted on you, and I've had extra Exalted Orbs, and I was like, I don't care if it's like 50C or 3x is fine. So I can actually, before I take Corrupted Blood, cannot be inflicted from the Chaos Resistance Mastery here, but now I can actually take the reduced effect of curses on you, which is nice, in my opinion at least. So that's the strat here. Other than that, just life, increased damage over time while wielding a two-handed weapon. A bow is a two-handed weapon, and then get either resistances or attack speed. And I also have a chance to blind enemies on hit, which is pretty nice, which you know, boosts our evasion to almost max, if not D-max. And as we shoot so many projectiles out so fast, it's gonna work with most targets, so it's pretty good. The boots, pretty simple stuff, just movement speed, life, and I am about to craft proper gloves and proper boots, and even, I guess, proper chest, because it's just a random chest. But I'm just messing around with the brand new influences here, and increased action speed and cooldown recovery rate, and there's also increased cooldown recovery rate of movement skills, which is really nice, so we can dash even faster, right? And I mean, this is the best. Pretty much what I want now is to get the increased action speed to T1, or the best elevated. I think T6 is the highest modifier for it, so that's where I want to get that. And also, oh hey, I can hit the implicit orb on it to get the 5%. Oh, yeah, okay, didn't know that. And also I have Chaos Damage over time multiplier here, and Chaos Damage leeched as life, which I guess helps. I've just recently got it. I didn't feel the difference too much yet, but I'm gonna do some more testing. And also Chaos Damage over time multiplier, which can go up to like 25% or something like that, pretty crazy. So that's what I'm trying to do with the gloves, right? Gloves and boots. Moving on to the just a random vermilion ring that I bought that had life resistance that I needed, and yeah, and the open prefix, so I can put the non-channeling skills craft there. So because we are tight on mana, and Toxic Rain costs a lot of mana, it is vital that you get -7 to all the both of the rings and the amulets, so all of the drinkers, right? So yeah, that's the deal with the ring, nothing too special. Amulet, on the other hand, is something of a specialty. You really want either a Turkish amulet or an Agate amulet. Agate is good because we are tight on strength and intelligence, and we are using intelligence gems and strength gems. So that's why we need a lot of strength. So I have strength even, or I had at least on boots, but I've now re-rolled them. But yeah, that's you need strength. And the best modifiers, what I suggest is search for one that has damage over time multiplier, and a little bit of life, and an open prefix, and maybe some resistances, and then craft the non-challenging skills on it, and use that until you have enough money to get the +1 level of chaos skill gems. And even on an amulet we can actually improve. There's also chaos damage over time multiplier on amulets, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there is, but those were like 15 to 20 exalts at the moment. This one here, I think I bought for 2 or 3 exalts. It's a pretty decent amulet, at least for me. And as we can see, our anointment is corruption, increased effect of withered, and it's a really cheap. It's like I think it was like 2 blacks and 1 red, or 2 reds and 1 black oil. Really cheap, and a really great anoint here. And lastly, I guess Prototype Arrow Quiver. Brand new quiver, 10% increased attack speed, which we love. And Toxic Rain. Toxic Rain gains power from attack speed, projectile damage, and just increased damage rate, and of course chaos damage over time and chaos damage over time multiplier. So there's a lot of things that actually increase our damage. And yeah, I have chaos damage over time multiplier with attack skills here, big life, nice chaos res, and I crafted it myself. And the next one is to also get damage over time multiplier on it as well. So that's pretty much my next step here. So I'm still missing a lot of stuff here. Anyway, I mean, flasks, you really want a enduring eternal mana flask, right? Reduced mana cost of skills. You can get it, but I think you don't really need it, so you can opt for something else. Reduced effect of curses, as I told you, we get almost curse immune, and by the next level I am curse immune with a flask. And yeah, attack speed, I mean, reduced charges, could be increased movement speed. I don't really feel the need for it. Immunity shock, really good in my opinion. You really want a shock immunity flask. And just an increased recovery rate. In 1 second I gained 2400 life, or basically much 2500 life rate, 1.4 seconds. So that's really nice, and immunity to bleed rate. So that's the idea there. But I have like avoid bleeding here, and even the boots actually can roll implicit of bleeding avoidance. So we could actually get bleed immunity. Do we really need it? I don't know, not really, but if you can, perhaps, right? So there's a lot of stuff that you can do a little bit differently, right? But anyway, this is the gear. Cheers, this video is going a little bit too long. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit quicker here. Going over the links, right? So, Toxic Rain, efficacy support, Awakened Void Manipulation. It gives us at level 5 +1 the level of supported Chaos skill gems. If you don't have Awakened, just use the regular Void one. Mirage Archer, faster attacks, and Empower. So yeah, and also a little tip, you can get empowered level 4 through Divination Guards, which is like 1 exalt cheaper than just buying a level 4 one. So you can do it like that. But yeah, this is a gem that I didn't use on my champion last league, and I already had like crazy damage. So now I looked, and it's like it's a lot of damage, like 29,017. It's like double damage almost. It's insane how much this. Because Toxic Rain heavily gets damage from levels, and mine is level 30 now. It's just that's freaking insane. So these are the gems pretty much that you want, right? Just chaos damage over time, fast attacks, right? And other than that, our Toxic Rain totem here, always buy Toxic Rain level 21. 20 is really cheap, nothing too expensive. Withering Touch to get our wither buff, debuffs on the enemies. Multiple totems, so when we summon totems, we summon 2 actually out. And efficacy, focused ballista, so when we shoot, they also shoot, and they shoot with increased attack speed, or like more attack speed, so that's really nice. Better than without this. Better with some damage. It is better than using a damage gem here, in my opinion. And also ballista totem support, so you can actually make your Toxic Rain a ballista. Other than that, I mean, dash with second wind, anomalous second wind, because it gives us +1 use, right? Reuse as it's enough, as you could see earlier. Defiance Banner, right? Withering Step to put our wither debuffs and also get the elusive, right? Really, really nice. And also Wall Molten Shell and Castman damage taken. And yeah, Defiance Banner I also like managed to somehow put in here and still have like 59 mana. And also if you look at our main auras, right, Malevolence to get our damage, Enlighten to get the, you know, and I'm using a level 3, I could get more mana, maybe put in a small clarity or something, use a Watcher's Eye with clarity modifier, I don't know, something like that, right? So you can actually get a Watcher's Eye with a clarity modifier that gives us non-channeling skills -9 mana cost. That could work, because we could use just a level, I have empty slots, put like a level 1 clarity, doesn't take any mana at all pretty much, right? And we get -9 as well, more. So this would be free, this would just, we could then drop the mana flask and put something else cool there, maybe something big. But anyway, yeah, that's the setup here. This is the setup of my auras. So Determination and Grace for our defensive layers, really a must-have. And that's pretty much there is do it of the gear and of the gems. Lastly, let's quickly peek at our passive tree as well here. So Raider, right? First of all, the first one that I recommend you to take is Way of the Poacher or Onslaught. I think I actually even went with Onslaught, because before that I'm just leveling, I'm just using a Blood Rage, right? But when I get to level 55, it's just so convenient to drop the Blood Rage. We don't degen life rate, and we get frenzies, and we get +1 frenzy from also from here, and we don't need to use a frenzy on hit chest. So this is a huge boost to Raider in my opinion. And also on top of that, chance to suppress spell damage 40% and phasing. Phasing is super good, and chance to suppress 40% means we don't need any spell suppression on any gear. It's gonna make finding a great gear so much cheaper, right? And also last one, our Uber Lab, more chance to evade attacks during onslaught, because we have perma onslaught. This is all the time up, right? Increased effect of onslaught as well. So it is a little bit of a defensive layer versus the champion that has a, you know, 45 all of a sudden 10% more. I mean, it's something. And as you could see on the test map of burial chambers, it's enough. And also the jewels, right? The jewels. So first of all, most important one, get Replica Conqueror's efficiency as soon as possible, because it does give you non-channeling skills have -9 mana cost. Helps a lot. This should be your first jewel. Second of all, try to get a cluster jewel. This thing costs like 3 Exalted Orbs. You can get away with not getting like 3 of them, maybe get 2 of them to get you going, right? But you do want Unwavering Evil, Wicked Ball, and Unholy Grace. So increased attack speed is pretty much like increased damage for us. It's really nice. Skill effect duration, also our Toxic Rain actually is really the degen part is really short. So when you get skill effect duration, the degen lasts longer, and it's just better. It helps you do damage a lot easier when the boss actually, you know, teleports away and you take a few seconds to get back to him and start dealing damage again. So the Toxic Rain that you did put on him, it still does go. It is still going right on the boss. So yeah, and chaos skills ignore interruptions from stuns, and I don't think I've like ever felt that I've gotten stunned on these 93 levels. So that's also what champion has, stun immunity. This is pretty much stun immunity as well, thanks to Unwavering Evil here. Anyway, and yeah, medium clusters, right? Pretty straightforward. Student of Decay and Wicked Ball is the cheaper jewel, and the expensive one is Flow of Life with Student of Decay. You don't really need this one. You can get like the projectile one that gives like aerodynamics or something like that. So it's like increased attack speed and projectile damage that also buffs Toxic Rain, so you can get away with that earlier. But then later on, you do want more life a little bit. Regen doesn't really do that much, but it helps. But yeah, increased chaos damage over time and chaos resistance rate, which is also really nice. Anyway, that's that. And I mean, Watcher's Eye, damage over time multiplier while affected malevolence. And as I told you, you can get the second mod something like, you can of course get one with that has something with grace, something with determination, like unaffected by vulnerability curse, which is the craziest freaking curse in Path of Exile. Vulnerability, if you see it on your map, avoid it at all costs, but not with this build. Or if you have like curse immunity, like 9 seconds curse immunity is just, it's pretty much always on, right? But anyway, yeah, that's something that you can get, or the clarity one that, you know, non-channeling says minus mana cost. But as you can see, I don't still have it, right? That's my next step. It's like 10 Exalted. This one is like 3 Exalted or 4 Exalted Orbs at the moment. And the big ones, boom, Forbidden Flesh, boom, Forbidden Flame. Occupying Force, Mirage Archers are not attached to you, +2 the maximum number of summoned Mirage Archers. Cannot summon Mirage Archers while near your Mirage. So this is why you wanna always keep moving, shooting, and pretty much what I do is I hit my Q, W, and E button like this. My fingers are like fused together. I'm always like doing this and pushing my mana flask and then moving on like this and pressing Q, W, and E all the time. And that's just like really simple. You can do it like two-handed. so it's a really it's an active playstyle, right? I can put totems here, then go here, shoot here, right? Then put my elusive buff on and put wither stacks, right? Because it does inflict 7 wither debuffs, so that's a lot of like more damage taken instantly on the enemy. So you don't have to count on your totems to actually start doing the wither debuffs on the enemy. You just put instantly like 7 on your enemy, and I can pretty quickly put 7 more, right? But I think it maxes out like at 15, so keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, that's the passive tree. Pantheons, right? Quickly, I mean, cannot be frozen. Can't go wrong with this one, right? Cannot be stunned. I mean, helps a little bit, I guess. But we do also have, you know, the cluster jewel that, you know, we can't get interrupted while casting our chaos skills. And Soul Fuel, reduced effect of curses on you, and chance to reflect hexes, which is, in my opinion, could come in handy, in my opinion. But there's stuff like reduced effect of shock on you, right? You can get this one, get 40% somewhere else, and you're shock immune. Shock is really big. A lot of people don't see this, right? Because it's just either a mob hits you, right, that you don't see it, right, really, or where you do see it, like in D16 maps, and if you like, all can go corrupt the map as well, make it 8 modifier, and it has like area has patches of shocked ground. If you stand on a shocked ground, you take 50% more damage. That's freaking insane. A lot of people really underestimate the power of shock on you. But anyway, yeah, you can get the easy shock immunity, but as you can see, I don't really need it, and I am curse immune, so I mean, curses doesn't. It's an ailment, right? But I don't think I need it, but maybe I take it. I don't know. There's some other stuff as well, like unaffected by burning ground. This is something that annoys me in a few maps. There's a lot of burning ground everywhere, and you know, you degen a lot, but I rarely die to them. So that's why I've chosen to unspec. Before, like a year ago, I always took this unaffected by burning ground. But now, reduced, because this is a new mod, reduced effect of curses on you, and you can get curse immunity through a flask or through a passive tree. That's a lot better. Anyway, masteries, I mean, it's typical stuff. Increased mana reservation, so we can get our all our skills here. And also, Grace has 25% increased mana reservation efficiency. And also, when you get your Viridi's Veil, the most important thing is either buy it with +2 to level of socket the gems, or then Divine Orbit instantly after to +2. Because this also affects your Enlighten to level 5. And that's a huge buff to, you know, unreserve more mana, right? And you can reserve mana with some other skill gem maybe. So yeah, and also you can get level 4 to even get more efficient with your mana, so that's the strat there. Other than that, skill effect duration, more skill effect duration mastery here, and you need a little bit of skill effect duration to, you know, keep your toxic rain doing damages while you're not actually shooting. Maybe you're, you know, moved away a little bit from the enemy, and toxic rain is still going to do damage to them. Anyway, moving on. Chaos Mastery increased the effect of Withered, really powerful. Then, yep, increased area of effect with while wielding a bow, right? This is just max life. You can unspec it and maybe take something else. Like, these are the last nodes from 85 to 93 that I've taken, is pretty much the life nodes here. But yeah, this is also Blood Drinker is pretty nice. Recover 2% life on kill, so when there's just so much going on, that 2% of life is pretty neat, actually. And other than that, I am gonna be taking the reduced effect of curses on you, or the +2 elemental resistances, although I'm pretty sure I don't really need it. And maybe I'm not even gonna take the reduced effect curses, maybe I'm gonna spec it somewhere else. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna take this. So it's 20% from here, it's 50% with these two, and then I'm always full curse immune, right? Because at the moment I'm still getting a little bit touched by a curse. And Chaos Mastery +1% to chaos damage over time multiplier per 4% chaos resistance. So that's like almost 10%, right? It's something. You don't really need to take this, right? Maybe chaos damage leaves as energy. I don't know. Maybe you can take something else, or not at all, right? Maybe something somewhere else. But I mean, it's nice if you have maxed out chaos resistance, which you can do pretty easily with this build. Couple of tips. When you're doing like endgame bosses like Cyrus dying a lot or something like that, make sure you freaking have your chaos resistance up because Cyrus and I guess a lot of other bosses as well have some percentage, like 20% or something, that they do in chaos damage, or like physical damage as chaos and stuff like that, right? So that's why you really want chaos resistance to be maximum if you can, and if you don't like instantly one-shot the boss or something like that, right? And physical damage reduction really high is really helpful, and then, you know, high evade chance, and all of these you can get thanks to these auras pretty much. Anyway, that's gonna be it for my quick little guide for you guys. I mean, overall, it has been a real blast to play this build. I mean, and I haven't done the forum grade yet, but I am now gonna start making a forum grade on this build guide. Gonna put it in the Raider section, Occupying Force, Toxic Rain Raider, right? And I'm gonna post it there as well, and gonna go maybe more in depth in certain aspects, right? And gonna try and make a easily understandable guide for anyone looking to actually have some fun without investing like a gazillion mirrors into your gear, right? I mean, okay, ticket bow is expensive, right? But it's like I'd say the main thing that you would want to gather your money for. When you get your like a ticket bow that you invest 12 exalts every league into, you're gonna do crazy damage, and that also boosts up your survivability a lot. So you won't start dying anymore. So yeah, that's what I noticed going from a Quill Rain to this bow here. So yeah, and it's like it's never more than 12 exalts. Oh my god, can't speak. And other stuff, yes, just use some whatever you want. Just get some enough resistances. Non-channel skills is the one you want to focus on, especially when you get 6-link items, right? When you're on 4-link, you don't need everything here to have -7, right? You don't maybe get just 1, right? When you get to 5-link, get 2, and when you get to 6-link, get all 3, right? And also the replica bunkers efficiency as well. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Maybe I'll leave a video for you guys as well here. I've been posting a lot of videos on the interwebs, and I guess I'm gonna post the video links in the forum guide as well, so you can click on the videos and see how I've you know, leveled all the way from level 1 pretty much to do the end game, right? Well, almost. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys soon. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. All right, ciao for now, and have fun.